Based on a true life story, between 1347 and 1351, more than 25 million people across Europe died. This was also the time the word quarantine was first used. It all started when 12 Genoese ships arrived at the harbor of Messina, Sicily, carrying death. More than 1,000 sailors and crew members are either lying dead or about to die. The few surviving have their bodies marked by dark, swollen lumps in their necks, armpits, and groins. But they are not the only carriers of death in that ship. Fleas leaping from dying black rats hide in the holds. These rats have journeyed from the Black Sea port of Kaffa, where the plague first raged. Tiny fleas bite the rats, then jump to humans when their hosts perish. They inject a ruthless bacterium called Yersinia pestis straight into the bloodstream. These are the Black Death fleas, spreading death across half of Europe. Within hours of the ship's arrival, men, women, and children suddenly burn with fever and violent chills. Boils, swells in their groins, armpits, and necks, oozing foul pus. Dark spots bloom across their skin as blood vessels rupture. Victims cough up blood and bleed from every opening. Most die within 2 to 7 agonizing days. Families watch helplessly as loved ones suffer, then flee into the countryside, unknowingly carrying the plague further. From Sicily, the plague races northward through Italy. It leaps to France, England, Germany, and beyond. Entire villages empty out, fields rot unharvested, while bodies pile in mass graves or burn on pyres. Priests die administering last rites, doctors fall ill treating patients. In just 4 short years, the Black Death claims up to half of Europe's population. There was no cure for this evil. That sheer scale of death is what finally slowed the monster down. With so many hosts gone, both humans and the black rats carrying the fleas, the chain of infection broke. Fleas had fewer warm bodies to jump to, and the bacteria, Yersinia pestis, ran out of fresh victims fast enough to keep exploding across the continent. Early, desperate human efforts helped in isolated spots. From 1348 onward, some Italian ports like Venice started turning away ships or forcing sailors to wait offshore for 30 days. It was later stretched to 40 days, known as quarantine. Cities posted guards, isolated the sick in their homes, and dug remote mass graves. But these measures came too late to stop the first wave. They only slowed future outbreaks. Although the plague never truly vanished, it became a recurring nightmare every decade for the next 300 years. But later waves killed fewer people, partly because survivors passed on slight genetic advantages that made their descendants a little more resistant, and because brown rats gradually replaced the black rats that loved living right inside our walls. Like and subscribe for more real-life stories.